Welcome to Time to Win Podcast. It's not just a podcast. It's the official personal growth locker room of life where champions just like you gather to cultivate their courage, create a life-changing game plan of success, and celebrate their wins. I'm RJ Jackson, your personal growth coach and host, and I'm committed to seeing you win. As a professional speaker and growth coach for over 3 decades, I've worked with and inspired thousands to grow their greatness and transform their setbacks into a comeback. And now it's your turn. It's time to win. So if you're ready, grab something to take notes with. We're about to dive in. Let's go fight win. Hello, champion. It's me, your girl, RJ Jackson, your mindset coach and speaker for your next event. Your hostess with the mostest for Time to Win podcast. Okay, I don't have the mostest today. At least I don't have the mostest voice. However, I have the mostest courage, the mostest confidence. Wait, is there such a word as mostest? Okay, anyway, as you can tell, I don't have much of a voice today, but I tell you what I do have. I have you in mind, my friend, because I want to see you win. So today, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get through this together, just as I promise you we do every single week and every single day. We work together and we accomplish so much more together than we can on our own. So I'm going to need your listening ears to help me out today. Actually, I'm not going to do a lot of talking because, as you can tell, number one, I can't really talk. And number two, it's probably irritating you. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to look back over 2023 and we're going to look at the most downloaded Time to Win podcast for the year. So what I'm going to do is play for you today a compilation of the episodes that we have presented to you based on what you've asked for. But first, let me let you know that today's broadcast is brought to you by The Cure for Women at thecureforwomen.com. That's The Cure for Women at thecureforwomen.com. All right, so let's dive in deep together today and enjoy the 2023 Time to Win compilation. 10 days into 2023, and already the fitness centers have less people, the barbecue potato chips have replaced the carrots, and the money-saving envelopes, well, they're stuck on day 4. What's going on? What happened to the resolutions, the plans, the commitments to do better and be better? Well, I can tell you what happened. Although each year millions of people set New Year's resolutions, many give up on them within the first week. As a matter of fact, 38.5% of adults in the United States set New Year's resolutions every year, and 48% of those want to exercise more, which makes the New Year's resolutions even more popular. And the top 3 resolutions are all health related. While that sounds good, check this out. 23% quit. Yes, quit in the first week, and only 36% will make it past the first month. Out of the 38.5% of adults in the United States who set New Year's resolutions each year, only 9% successfully keep their New Year's resolutions. Well, you will find me and the women in the Cure Circle in the 9%. Why? Because we set SMART goals instead of resolutions. We support one another and hold each other accountable. We celebrate each other's wins throughout the year so that it's possible to finish what we started. We know that it's not about what you start, but it is definitely about what you finish. And if you right now are finding yourself closer to the quitting line than you are the finish line, stop going in circles and join us in the Cure Circle for Women. You can connect with us at thecureforwomen.com. We're committed to taking you from being weary to winning. And we currently have open enrollment with complimentary membership until January 31st. But for now, welcome to the Locker Room of Life here on Time to Win podcast with me, your personal growth specialist and speaker, RJ Jackson. And I'm delighted that you're here today. Today, like every day, I'm going to give you winning strategies on how to do better and be better. And we're going to take a sneak peek, just a sneak peek into the passion that we share in the Cure community and the life lessons we learn that take us from being weary, worn out, emotionally exhausted, afraid and alone, running around in circles, all while yearning for life to be better. Hang out with us for the next 17 minutes or so as we journey from weary to winning. In our time together today, I'm going to share the secret to being in the 9% group, the cure for quitting. Besides, quitters never win and winners never quit. I think I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Quitters never win and winners never quit. I kind of like the sound of that. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Quitters never win and winners never quit. So now that we got that beat down, let's beat down the excuses that we come up with that keep us from winning and finishing strong. This, my friend, is your season to win. This is the season for you to do better and be better. So we're happy that you're here. Go ahead, grab your pen and paper. You are gonna want to take notes. Let's talk about the problem with most resolutions, why they don't really work. Well, the problem is resolutions really jump to the end of the story rather than shaping the narrative for the story. And remember, success is not about the destination. It is always about the journey. Now, while most people have excuses of why they can't accomplish their resolutions, excuses such as, I don't have enough time. Well, I didn't have the resources I needed. I just lacked the motivation. Oh my goodness, I just lost the zeal after starting. The truth of the matter is, resolutions are about action. And when we set goals, it's about outcomes. So the resolution talks about what we're going to do, and the goal talks about where we're headed. And the problem with the resolution is we take action for all the wrong reasons. Today, I'm going to help you finish strong by sharing with you 6 smart strategies that will help you stick to your New Year's resolutions and accomplish your goals. All right, let's dive in deep. And if you're like me, you're ready. Because you were born ready. And you, my friend, were also born to win. So the number one success strategy I want you to consider so that you can finish strong and celebrate your wins is to deeply understand your why. Why do you want to change? What's your big motivation? Why is it necessary for you to change at the beginning of the new year? Why not change on September 7th or October 3rd? Why is it that we feel the beginning of the new year means a new year, a new you? No, you're the same person unless you have a shift in your mindset. And your mindset will determine why you want to change. Are you changing because that's what the Joneses do? If that's the case, my friend, it's time for you to find a new family to hang out with. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Honestly, I'm not even sure the Joneses know why they want to change at the beginning of the year. And the truth of the matter is, the new year can start any day you select for it to start. And it starts with a shift in your mindset, knowing who you are, where you're going, and why you want to get there. If your mindset is still the same as it was in 2022, if you haven't had a shift in why you want to exercise, why you want to be healthy, why you want to save money, you're going to fall into the same negative patterns with the same negative excuses. And here's what I know and want you to know about excuses. Excuses eliminate your success. So if you want to be successful, you must eliminate your excuses, or your excuses will eliminate your success. It's your choice, friend. It's your choice. Number 2 of the 6 smart strategies to help you accomplish your goals for 2023. Set specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and time-sensitive goals, aka SMART goals. A SMART goal says exactly what you want to do. It gives you a measurement that you can look back and say, okay, I accomplished that. It's obtainable. It's realistic. You're not trying to go to the moon tomorrow. And it has a time stamp to it. So let me give you an example. Most people will set a resolution to say, I'm going to lose weight this year. Okay. How much weight? A pound, an ounce, and gain it back the next day? No, you have to be very clear on the amount of weight. You have to set a measurement to it. So an example of a SMART goal is, I will lose 20 pounds by December 25th, 2023. You're saying exactly what you want to do. It's measurable, 20 pounds. It's obtainable. It's something you can work towards. It's realistic. You're not trying to lose 20 pounds in a day. And it has a timestamp on it by December 25th. That, my friend, is an example of a SMART goal. So no more saying, I'm going to save money this year. No, how much money are you going to save? And by when are you going to save that amount of money? All right, let's move on to number 3. Number 3 says to finish strong, to accomplish your New Year's resolution and your goals and stay in the 9%. You want to accept accountability as a positive instead of a negative. Well, what do you mean by that, RJ? I'm so happy you asked. Usually when people hear the word accountability, it means they have to report to someone, and that is perceived as a negative because we're grown. We don't want to tell nobody what we're doing. It's nobody's business. Is the attitude we typically have when we don't understand accountability. Accountability is not calling you out on your stuff. Accountability, the way I see it, is calling you up to your greatness. It's allowing you to see that you are lacking and slacking when it comes to your full potential. And I see and know that there is so much more to you that you can do, that I'm going to say to you, you're bigger than that. You're better than that. You're stronger than that. You're wiser than that. And I'm going to encourage you to do better and be better in order to reach your goals. As your accountability coach, I want to see you win, my friend. I'm not here to beat you down. I'm here to lift you up, to get underneath you and remind you you're not alone. And girl, you got this. When we look at accountability as a positive, we find like-minded people, either online or in person, who can help us achieve our goals. Now, they may not have the same goal, but they have the same purpose and passion in their mind and in their heart. You can do this, my friend. You can do this. And you don't have to do it alone. All right, number 4, let's go. We're going to have to close the door in a minute, so let's talk about number 4. And I trust that you are writing these down. Number 4, plan on purpose. Don't just say the end of the year, this is what you're going to do for the next year, or the beginning of the year, this is what you're going to do all year. Create a plan around what's in your heart, and not just a plan, but create a vision for your plan. So sit down with yourself, have a meeting with yourself weekly, and look at your plan, discuss your plan with yourself, and look at your vision board that you created to say, I see it. It's going to come to pass, because if you can see it and you can believe it, then you can achieve it. So create a vision board for your plan. Get it out your head, get it out your heart. And that takes us to number 5, which says write it down. Write your goals down. Write your plans down. Write your words on your vision board that represent what's in your heart. Write it down. And I trust that you are writing this down right now, because you know how the mind is. It's a terrible thing to waste. And by tomorrow, we'll be like, what did I say? Wait, not tomorrow. Later today, we'll be like, what did I say I was going to do? Well, let me just say, I'm talking about me. I don't know about you. Your memory might be good, but mine needs a little help. And I understand that if it's not written, it wasn't said, and it will not get done. So my friend, listen. Write it down. Write it down. And finally, number 6 of our 6 smart strategies so that you can stick to your New Year's resolution and accomplish your goals is factor in time. If you're like me, you live life on purpose, not busy, because busy is just spinning your wheels and going nowhere, but you're on purpose. You do, and everything you do has a purpose to it, and it's attached to who you are and your purpose for life. And that means you have a list of things to accomplish. Well, if your resolution and your goals are not on your list, 9 times out of 10, they will not get accomplished. It is important to factor in the time. For example, when we're going somewhere, we have to factor in the time that it's going to take to get there. We have to factor in the traffic that may delay us. We have to factor in the stop we may have to make and wait in line. It is important to factor in the time. It's not going to happen overnight for the most part. It's going to require you doing some research, some reading, some praying, some connecting and collaborating with other people in order to accomplish your goal. So factor in the time, because this is your year to be in the number 9. The 9% are people who finish strong. At the end of the year, they have accomplished their goals and they have reached their resolution. You can do it, my friend. And I'm rooting for you. Because there's something powerful about being in the 9. I mean, the number 9 itself is powerful. The number 9 represents completion. And although it's not a final ending, it's a fulfillment that allows you to create the next step. It's like a recognition of life's ongoing ebb and flow. The number 9 also represents the fruit of the Spirit. Faithfulness, gentleness, goodness, joy, kindness, long-suffering, love, peace, and self-control. So let's go. Let's go, my friend. We belong in the 9%. You got this. And you know what we say here on Time to Win. I'm not here to just give you information. I'm here to give you information that causes transformation. And that means you got to do something about it. And the first step is to admit where you are. Are you in that 36% who will quit in the first month? Or are you willing to stick to the fight when your heart is hit so that you can be a part of the 9%? And accomplishing what you set out to do from 2022. If you are in the race for the 9%, my friend, you have to admit where you are. You have to adjust what you're doing if what you're doing is not working for you. And then you have to take massive action to get to where you're going. And the beautiful thing about it, you don't have to do it alone. You can join us in the Cure Circle where you can grow, heal, and belong. Because you belong in the winner's circle. And this month, our theme is Let's Lose the Weight. Now listen, I'm not talking about the weight on your hips. I'm talking about the weight on your heart. Let's lose the weight that has you on the brink of losing your mind. So the last time we were together, we talked about strategies on how to get started with doing that. And if you missed that episode, we want to invite you to go back and check it out. You'll be glad you did, and it will give you that jump start you need in order to succeed and apply today's lesson as well. And today we're going to talk about spring cleaning. It's springtime. Hey, spring is in the air. Wave your hands like you just don't care. Oh, wait, nope. Put them down and pick up that paper you just threw on the ground. Put your hands down and put those dishes away. The ones you've been saying, I'm going to get to that. Oh, yes, girl. Let's put your hands to work so that your heart doesn't have to work overtime being weighed down with all the clutter in your space. With spring in the air, many of us are already feeling the urge to clean and declutter. Not just our homes, but our lives and our heart as well. So today we're going to explore some tips and some tricks for streamlining your life and finding constant joy through organization. If you're ready, we're going to go ahead and dive in. I'm going to share with you the benefits of decluttering and organization. We're going to talk about some practical tips on getting started and some creative ways to keep your space organized and maintain healthy habits. I am not one for clutter because I think clutter in your space represents clutter in your mind. If you're bogged down in your mind, worn out, emotionally exhausted, feeling afraid and alone, running all over the place, going back and forth, not accomplishing anything, all while yearning for peace of mind and constant joy, I want to encourage you to check out your stuff. The stuff you have, the clutter that's not only cluttering up your kitchen table, but that's cluttering up your mind. Like, how do you know you have clutter? Let's just start with your car. Do you have to say, oh, excuse me, let me get this up. Let me move this out of your way for someone to sit in the seat in your car? I'm not talking about your purse that you just set there. I'm talking about the bags from last week's lunch, your shoes from the gym, your outfit from the party. Yeah, girl, I'm talking about all that stuff that's in your space, taking up space. If that's you, don't worry. You're not alone. So today, as we talk about the benefits, perhaps you'll see how it's weighing you down to have clutter. And perhaps we'll be able to release some stress for you as you start decluttering. So let's talk about it. I want to invite you to take some notes. Not just on paper, but as I often say, on your heart, so that we can start changing what's not working for us. Are you ready? Well, let's go. So when it comes to decluttering and organizing your space, there really are benefits for doing so. It's not just something to do for some new age something. There are benefits for decluttering and getting organizing. Number one, it saves you time, energy, and money. Time, energy, and money. I'm going to say it again. It saves you time, energy, and money. If you find yourself worn out, tired, always having something to do, check your stuff. If you're finding yourself saying, I don't have enough time, check your stuff. If you find yourself like, I'm tired, girl, check your stuff. Perhaps you're spending too much time, energy, and wasting money on your stuff. When we get organized and we declutter, we reduce the stress. And this is Stress Awareness Month. So I want you to know one thing you can do for sure to reduce the stress is declutter. A cluttered or disorganized environment, it leads to stress and anxiety. And when you're surrounded by it, you're also surrounded by chaos. And it can be difficult to focus or even feel in control. On the other hand, an organized and clutter-free environment will create a sense of calm as well as reduce stress. When you know where everything is and can easily access what you have, you are less likely to feel overwhelmed and anxious. I know that feeling. Welcome back to the Locker Room of Life here on Time to Win podcast. I am your hostess with the mostest, RJ Jackson, the Courage Giver. I am your mindset coach and speaker for your next event to help you get through what you're going through. It's time, my friend. It's time to face your giants with confidence. It's time to win. So, to those of you who are just joining us for the first time, we're so excited that you're here. And those of you who continue to come back, thanks for letting us know that we are helping you grow. It's an honor and a privilege to hang out with you today. And so if you're ready, I was born ready. Let's just go ahead and dive into the topic today that's affecting all of us as women, and that is self-doubt. We're going to conquer that giant of self-doubt together. We're going to win this struggle and this battle. We are going to win. When it comes to self-doubt, it's got to get out. We're going to win, my friend. In the end, we are going to win. So, have you ever found yourself questioning your abilities and doubting your worth? If so, I get it. I've been there, done that, and every once in a while, I find myself slipping into the self-doubt trap and then wondering, how did I get here? And then I realized it was a thought that got me there, and it's a thought that can get me out. What I choose to do is refuse to live where I'm dying and die where I'm living. So today I want to share with you how to get out of the trap of self-doubt, because it's time for you to break free. And I have 3 tips that I want to share with you today that has helped me and my clients, and I'm sure countless of others, conquer the giant of self-doubt. Because at the end of the day, this is why we're here, my friend, to help you become a giant slayer. So here are a couple of things I've done and continue to practice and do to help me break free from self-doubt. First, I have learned to have self-compassion. I've learned, second of all, to celebrate my accomplishments. And thirdly, I've learned to surround myself with positivity. Everyone makes mistakes. It's a normal part of the human experience. Making mistakes, it doesn't define your worth or who you are as a person. Instead, it provides an opportunity for growth and learning. Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Locker Room of Life here on the Time to Win podcast, where we talk about real issues that real women just like you face on a day-to-day basis and how to go from being weary to winning, overcoming challenges and setbacks in life. Today's episode is also inspired by one of my clients. We'll call her Constant Joy. She made a decision that cost her a pretty penny and almost cost her marriage. When we started working together, she was literally black and blue. Okay, well, not literally. But she was black and blue from beating herself up for the mistakes she had made. She was dying where she was living, and she was living where she was dying. But I have to give her her props. She made one more decision. It was a major decision, one that changed the game for her. She canceled the pity party and reached out for help. Perhaps, my friend, it's your turn to reach out as well. You see, when she and I connected, she was weary. She was overwhelmed. She was mentally exhausted. She was restless from not getting any sleep, but instead stressing over the situation. But in her heart, she knew there was something so much better for her. And she did the right thing. She asked for help. So today is inspired by her get up when she was knocked down. So my topic today is down but not out. How to get back up and win. Thanks, Constant Joy. We're going to be discussing how to get back up when you've been knocked down, when you've made a bad decision, or when you simply have run out of energy. I'm sure you've experienced people telling you, girl, get up. Girl, go wash your face and do something. Girl, you can do it. Let's go. However, rarely ever are we told what steps to take to get back up. Well, you've come to the right place today. And I promise you, it is not by accident. This is a divine appointment to help you understand the assignment and get back up and get in the race and stay the course. Finish strong and to keep going. So if you're ready, let's dive into this conversation and let's dive in deep enough to say when we come up, we're going to come up better and not bitter, stronger and wiser. Now, I recognize from my own experience that getting back up after a setback can be incredibly difficult. You can easily feel defeated, overwhelmed, and hopeless. So let's talk about the first step in overcoming these feelings. It is to recognize that they are normal and that you are not alone. And feelings, just like circumstances and situations, oh yes, they do change. The biggest challenge in life is being yourself in a world trying to make it like everyone else. En route to getting back up, you gotta do you, boo. While you have to get out of your comfort zone, you have to stay in the realm of who you are. You can't necessarily do it someone else's way, but I do encourage you to do it God's way. We all have our struggles. We all have setbacks. Today, I'm going to give you some strategies on what you can do. Because like you, I've had some setbacks too. I've had major accidents. I've been diagnosed with lupus. I live with a rare eye disease. You name it. I have had my share. I've had to do just what I'm going to encourage you to do. I had to embrace my individuality, my weaknesses. I mean, nobody could mispronounce a word better than I could. After my accident, I was the queen at mispronouncing words, not remembering what to say, how to say it. And that was a challenge for me, especially since I had just been traveling the world as a renowned speaker. But what I had to do was embrace who I was in the moment. And it wasn't until I embraced it and stopped fighting it that I began to heal and get better and do better. But more importantly, I had to remember, and here's what I want you to remember as well. I had to remember that my circumstances did not define me. They only shaped me. The same, my friend, is true for you. If you're like me, going through a setback or a difficult experience or running out of energy can be a roller coaster ride of emotions. And here's some of the emotions that I experienced that perhaps you're experiencing right now. I went through sadness, especially this last go round with the accident. I was sad when I realized, wait, I can't walk. I can barely talk. I won't be able to volunteer and help other people. Ooh, I was sad. It wasn't until I started focusing on positive thoughts and shifting my focus and my mindset that I got out of that. Have you ever caught yourself sweating the small stuff, only to realize you've really overlooked what's most significant? Well, if that's you, you are not alone. And today, here on Time to Win podcast, we're going to meet in the locker room of life, and we're going to get a game plan together that will help us avoid sweating the small stuff. We're going to learn how to reset our mindset for peace of mind. If you ever found yourself caught up in the trivial matters of life, like causing unnecessary tension, sweating the small stuff, don't worry, boo. I got you. Today, we're going to explore the pitfalls of obsessing over life's minor details and how that can really divert our attention from what truly matters most. I mean, we get caught up, but why? Why do we sweat the small stuff? Why is it that we don't focus on what we say matters most? Is it human nature? Or is it societal pressure? Or is it a manifestation of our fears? Well, let's get into it. and let's discover what keeps us with our eyes on the problem instead of the prize. Let's talk about the importance of shifting our focus so that we can focus on what matters most. So I don't mind if you get in the comments and let me know what you think. Share your thoughts with me. Matter of fact, I love it and I appreciate it. And if you're not able to get in the comments, you can always email us at timetowinpodcast@gmail.com. That's timetowinpodcast@gmail.com, because we love to know your thoughts. We love receiving your letters, your feedback, and your reviews. So keep them coming and don't be afraid to let us know what you're thinking. But I'm going to tell you right now what I think. I think one of the reasons why we get so caught up in sweating the small stuff, because it's our nature. It's just human nature. Like, we allow the small things to annoy us and those issues that we can't do anything about to grab our attention, which leads us to overthinking, stressing, and worrying about minor things. Like Jim Rohn once said, we major in the minor. It's time to have a reset of the mindset. It's time for us to go, fight, win. It's our winning season. So let's go. Let's go do the thing. And the thing we want to do is number 3, embrace change as an opportunity for growth. Change is inevitable, but when it happens, we fight, we kick rocks, we kick against the sand, the grain. We don't want it. Even though time and time again, change has proven to be a good thing. We still don't want to see it coming. We don't want to do it. We buck against it. But when we want to grow, we embrace change as an opportunity of growth. And this, my friend, is another way to reset our mindset, because it keeps us focusing on the good, on the positive, on the things that are noble, right, just, and really of a good report. Because there's good even in seemingly what seems like is bad. There's always something good. So embrace change. Use it as an opportunity to grow, to be better, and do better. All right, so let's recap on practical steps that we can take in our red high-heel shoes so that we can reset our mindset. Now, even though I've given you 3 practical ways, I got to back up and remind you. You got to take the steps, number 1, in the right direction. You got to have the right tools to take the steps. But if you still have on your running shoes and you're still running from life, you're still running from your pain, you're still running from the giants that you're facing, you're going nowhere fast. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Well, I don't know about you, but that was so exciting for me. It was so exciting to listen to the strategies and be reminded that in the end, we win. And to keep going. Yes, we're at the end of 2023. But listen, girl, we're not finished yet. Great things are yet to come, even before 2024. So as we wrap up the year in review, we want to say thank you. Thank you for being the most valuable part of the Time to Win journey. And we know the echoes of 2023 will undoubtedly resonate with each step we take into the new year. What we don't want to do, however, is continue to have a 2023 mindset, because there's so much more in store in 2024. So I want to invite you to carry the spirit of authenticity, resilience, and growth forward with us, inspired by the stories that we have unfolded here on Time to Win. As we go, I want to say here's to embracing our individual paths, unburdened by the external expectation, and going forward and forging ahead, facing our giants with confidence. As always, thank you for joining us in the locker room of life here on Time to Win. We'll see you again next week. Next week, I trust that I will have a voice. All right. Thanks for journeying with me. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Time to Win. I recognize that you appreciate the value provided in today's episode, and for your gratitude, I'm giving you a Time to Win VIP listener badge. So head on over to timetowinpodcast.com. That's timetowinpodcast.com and claim your badge and gain immediate VIP access to more of our next level resources and opportunities, including details on the huddle, a table for 10, the Cure Circle, and the Cure Retreat. Because you've enjoyed today's session, you can also express your gratitude by rating, reviewing, and returning next week with a friend. Oh, by the way, be sure to screenshot today's episode and share it in your Instagram and Facebook story or on your favorite social media platform. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week in the locker room of life here on Time to Win. And remember, the best time to win is now.